Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Farhak Kadash. All praises, honor, glory, love, respect, faith, and power, and trust, and all credit to my heavenly Father Yahweh and my heavenly big brother Yahweh Shah. Thank you so much for what you've done, what you're doing, and what you're going to do. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, who I learned from, and all the men scattered all over the world, teaching this truth and none but the truth in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Bashim Shah, trying to put a spiritual bug in your Hebrew Israelites' ears, you so-called black Latinos and Spanish Native Americans, Seminole Indians, and you speckled birds. And what's a speckled bird? That'd be a Hebrew Israelite that look like some of the heathen nations, like, for example, a Hebrew Israelite that look like a so-called white person, a so-called Chinese person, etc., etc. Got some videos lined up related to digital verification, digital ID, and pretty much it's just leading to the mark of the beast, the chip implant. So I'm going to play these videos. I'm going to get into the scripture my best ability. Say whatever God say through spirit and power. Yahweh Shema Shah, the Holy Spirit, the Kurhak Kadash, Lord, will be on me. Let's get it.
I'm no longer going to refer to this company as Samsung. From now on, I'm officially going to be calling this company Scamsung. Scamsung throws its support behind digital ID. Man, there are barely any companies out there with any type of balls to go ahead and oppose IDH verification. So Samsung, just like Google and Apple, are going to be going ahead and doing IDH verification. They want your passport living inside your phone and is handed the keys to a private company called Clear. We're going to talk about Clear here in a little bit. The announcement landed on May 26. Samsung Electronics America and Clear are launching Samsung ID with Clear, a digital passport that sits in Samsung Wallet and lets US travelers verify their identity at more than 250 TSA checkpoints by tapping their phone or scanning a QR code. Samsung and Clear, you guys will see why I'm laughing here in a little bit, are providing a safe, secure, and free mobile digital ID designed to simplify users' busy lives, the company says.
Yeah, it's all about safety. Yep.
The selling point is convenience. I think the selling point is your biometric
Oh, yeah.
data. But anyways, what you actually exchange for it is your face, your passport data, and a permanent place in a corporate identity network most people have never read the terms of. So surely, if Samsung is working with this third-party IDH verification vendor Clear, they must be a pretty safe company with a flawless reputation, right? Well, just keep watching. So setting it up reveals the shape of the bargain. You scan a valid US passport, then complete a face verification step run by Clear before the credential appears in your wallet. That scan is an enrollment into the same biometric network Clear has spent years wiring into airports and arenas, a network the company now puts at 41 million members and is pushing straight into the device you carry everywhere. Clear's secure identity verification platform makes experiences safer and easier both physically and digitally, said Clear CEO Karen Seidman-Becker. Now with Clear's secure identity platform embedded in Samsung Wallet, verifying your identity is easier than ever. Samsung ID with Clear gives you a simple, secure ID in the palm of your hand. Secure, huh? Is it secure? Notice what gets sold as progress: a federal identity document and the biometric scan that locks it to your body, now route through a publicly traded private firm that earns its revenue by becoming the gatekeeper between you and the places you want to enter. Shout out to Reclaim the Net for writing this article. They made a lot of great points here. Samsung points to Knox security, on-device encryption, and a required fingerprint or PIN, and those protections are real on the phone itself. They say nothing about what Clear retains on its own systems once your face and passport have passed through verification. You shouldn't trust any of these gigantic companies asking for your information, or the government as a whole that is trying to mandate these laws, but I thought Persona already taught us a valuable lesson that we shouldn't be trusting these third-party IDH verification vendors. They do not have your best interest at heart, as we have proved multiple times on this channel, especially because multiple IDH verification vendors have been proven to be mishandling your information and sending it to quote trusted third-party sources. It's not just Persona. Yoti is another IDH verification vendor that we have proved has mishandled biometric data, and now Clear is also one of them. Yes, Clear, the same company that Samsung is raving about, is don't worry, your information is going to be simple, secure, it's never going to leave your hand, and you're not going to have to worry about your information getting leaked at all. Okay, so what the hell is this then? In May 21st of 2020, the US senators were actually pressing Clear to explain their privacy protections because they allegedly had a data breach. There was also some issues of apparently racial biases in the facial recognition technology as well, where Asian,
Well, I'm guessing Israelites. Yeah.
and African American people were up to 100 times more likely to be misidentified by facial recognition than white men.
Yeah, nothing new about that. They never bothered to try to fix that problem. Shit.
Wow, really interesting piece of technology you guys got here, Clear. This definitely makes me feel better about handing you guys over my IDH verification and the rest of my biometric data. Wow, you guys are definitely going to be taking care of that information, right? Well, how about this article in 2023 where apparently they had 50,000 customer photos being flagged as non-matches or lacking full faces. And all Clear really said here was like, yeah, we made a mistake, but we don't do this often and we are still safe, so just trust us. Here's an article from almost 3 years ago talking about the security issues for Clear. This was not written in response to Clear partnering with Samsung or anything recent like that. This has already been 3 years since this has happened. 2 previously unreported security breaches are raising new questions about the security of airport authentication firm Clear's service. In both cases, a company employee escorted passengers through security who were not enrolled in the Clear program program and without checking their ID. They weren't even doing the due diligence to follow their own rules in terms of what is supposed to be happening at airport security, and now they're apparently going to be the go-to ID age verification service for Samsung. Pretty interesting here. Clear's business model is pre-screening customers who pay a $189 subscription for the privilege of not standing in TSA snaking manual authentication lines. Instead, they can offer a fingerprint or iris biometric scan and shave a great deal of time in a busy airport. I don't know why they wrote of time twice. Well, I don't know. I think I'd rather wait in an airport and just have to wait a little bit longer than going ahead and having my fingerprint and biometric scan in some sort of database that it doesn't need to be in. But regardless, Clear has already had their own security controversy, so it's funny that Samsung chooses a company that already has a bit of a dodgy reputation. Clear states it is committed to privacy and that it does not sell biometric or sensitive personal data. Okay, first of all, before we even read the rest of this means...
Alright, anyway, let's get to another video.
Look. Even after 20 years of warnings and delays, about 60% of Americans still don't have a real ID. But if you do travel by air and you don't have real ID, but you do have an iPhone, Apple has a solution. It's called Digital ID. It was quietly introduced late last year, much like
I had looked this up last night, and there's so many news outlets or news channels talking about this shit, because you know they got the script that, hey, from where is this at? Whatever city, state this is, they got this new. I just wanted to play just this one clip, because there's so many of them that's talking about this shit from, I guess, Los Angeles, Texas, or whatever, Atlanta news. They all talking about this Apple Digital ID shit. So I just picked one random news outlet to talk about this shit, because now they all on board. Yeah, they all telling you about this shit. So anyway,
tickets, boarding passes, and credit cards, you can
look at the conveniency.
create and store a digital ID from your passport. Here's how it works. Open Wallet and tap the plus sign to choose Digital ID and select U.S. passport. Scan the photo page of your passport, then tap your phone on the chip on the last page and take a video selfie to verify your identity. That information is encrypted and stored securely on your phone. Once it's set up, Digital ID can be used at TSA checkpoints in hundreds of airports across the country. No digging through your wallet or purse for your driver's license. And because it's created from a U.S. passport, it is a form of identification that's already accepted anywhere a real ID is required. Apple is also beginning to use it for age verification within some Apple services. Instead of uploading a copy of your driver's license, your phone could simply confirm you're old enough. No other information is provided. So is it safe? Well, all of that information is encrypted and kept right on your phone, nowhere else. And your physical passport has fewer protections than a digital ID. If someone were to get your passport, they can see your name, address, birth date, but all of that information is protected in a digital ID by Face ID, a fingerprint, or a passcode. Pretty soon, forgetting our wallet is going to mean a lot less than forgetting our phone. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
Yeah, you can forget your phone, but guess what? You won't forget a chip implant, and that's ultimately what they want inside of you.
Does the government
ultimately want, yeah, but they want it inside of you.
and want to control your every single move? This is the question that Afrikaners and other minorities should have on their minds with the rollout of the National Digital ID. Why?
Hold on, Afrikaners? Who is Afrikaners? Oh yeah, Edomites and other minorities. What they saying that the minority? Hold on, this nigga said who the minority? They the Oh my goodness, even Esau here in Africa, this nigga think he's a majority. Get the fuck out of here. These niggas are the minority. But whatever, anyway, back to the video.
You may ask? Well, let me explain. Well, firstly, the newly proposed digital ID credentials doesn't just affect persecuted minorities like the Afrikaner. It has the potential to make it
okay, I guess he is considered, I don't know. Whatever.
very easy to radically erode the rights of every single citizen of this country. And once you actually understand the real powers these regulations will place in the hands of the ANC-controlled state, you may never look at your ID document the same way again. The South African Department of Home Affairs is planning to roll out their new legal framework for a digital identity credential for every single South African citizen. According to this new draft identification regulations gazetted last month, new rules are to be implemented to enable biometric verification of your identity, a comprehensive digital ID platform through which all information can be shared with what the department deems to be accredited institutions, along with the digital renewal process of every person. The deadline for the public to comment on these regulations set out by the Minister of Home Affairs Leon Schreiber is this coming Saturday, the 6th of June. According to his own department, these new regulations would allow secure digital verifications of IDs, birth certificates, marriage certificates, and other home affairs documents on your smartphone. It will also allow remote identity verification and enable digital government services through interoperability with banks and other financial institutions, as well as any other institution the government deems accredited. All of your information will be stored and made available through a centralized government-owned mobile application called My Mzansi. Yet, while phasing out paperwork, especially in a country that is widely known for its bad administration, administrative delays may sound like a win for the convenience of the average person to have his own identity all on a smartphone app. The actual legal mechanics hidden within the draft text should make everyone's hair raise though, because hidden underneath the rhetoric for this new smartphone-based identification system is a mechanism for expanding the reach of the government that is not only known on the international stage for its tyranny and its corruption, but also its marginalization of its own citizens based on their race. Stay tuned, because in today's video we are going to expose what is really going on with this new regulations and this new proposed law. You see, while the concept of a digital ID may sound new or exciting in South Africa, it has long been implemented in China, one of South Africa's closest allies in the BRICS partnership. The Chinese government of Xi Jinping rolled out digital IDs 11 months ago already, in the process shifting online verification responsibilities from the private tech firms directly to the state.
From the #1 rated brand in cordless outdoor power, the Ego 22-inch aluminum deck.
Yet, even within the first year of implementation, the Chinese government has faced severe criticism from human rights watch groups because of the movement tracking, political surveillance, and even censorship associated with the digital ID system and its rollout in China. But while a digital ID system in the hands of governments with track records of human rights abuses such as the governments of China and South Africa, the idea of a digital ID has received widespread condemnation even in many Western nations that are not known for such human rights abuses. In the UK, for example, critics have highlighted how their proposed digital ID system could be very easily used as a means by which the government can simply cut off a citizen from access to the most basic of services. They point to the fact that the UK's digital ID infrastructure is explicitly designed to determine who may legally work, rent, house, and access certain services from the government. Consequently, because exclusion from employment and housing is one of the system's intended functions, the architecture inherently creates risks of wrongful exclusion when records are inaccurate or when individuals cannot successfully interact with the digital system. Expanding the government's reach to such a massive extent has an immense potential for human rights violations, especially in a country where the question whether you are able to have a job or own a company is based on race within our legal system. The proposed digital IDs in Great Britain are very similar to those which Leon Schreiber is proposing here. But as the UK-based human rights group Liberty recently pointed out, such a centralized database removes very much of the individual's agency in managing their own data and privacy. This information could be used to profile individuals across multiple datasets and would pose particular risks to marginalized communities and, importantly, to children. As Alan Woodward, a professor and cybersecurity expert at the University of Surrey, recently pointed out, centralizing every single person's information on a single government-controlled database creates the perfect conditions for extensive criminal data breaches, which just a couple of months ago hit a chain of children's hospitals and nurseries with photos of infants and children leaked onto the dark web. Now remember, this is the United Kingdom we are talking about right here. Just imagine, with the absolute incompetence and rampant corruption in South Africa, how much easier it would be for criminals to access all of this information from the government's own government-controlled database. And keep in mind, these are worries expressed by human rights groups in first world countries. And it's not even third world countries with less corruption than South Africa. Can you imagine the implications if such a system were to be operated by the incompetent and corrupt government such as the current GNU government of South Africa? This would imply that the same people who are bleeding this country's taxpayers dry, the same people known for using the government to loot the pockets of the people.
Okay, this nigga getting low. Yeah, I feel some kind of energy off this nigga. You know, that angry Edomite energy. Anyway, but yeah, this is getting down with this shit. But it's all your people's fault though. Y'all niggas the ones that want this digital ID shit to be pushed. It don't matter what nationality, where this shit coming from. It's coming from the elite of Esau Edom, so-called white man. But he ain't white. He's red. He's a baby dick sucking Jewish faggot nigga. Amalek. Anyway, so this shit gonna be worldwide. And it don't matter who the face that's pushing this shit is ultimately Esau. Shit, Amalek. I'm just feeling this energy from this nigga. I'm like, oh my goodness, he a damn red crybaby. Or whatever. It's corrupt, it's corrupt, it's corrupt. I'm like, hell, I mean, yeah, man. Whatever. Anyway, let's get to the next video. I didn't even follow up what the fuck he was saying, because the more I keep hearing what he's saying, it's like, I don't like this. I ain't liking this nigga's spirit at all. But I ain't trying to miss the point, but it's about digital ID. I don't want to miss the point. Yeah. Anyway, and it's ultimately leading to that chip implant. But let's get to the next one.
You won't believe how much taxpayers' money the government are pouring into its digital ID system. And that's not on building the system, but on something completely absurd. We obtained documents that reveal the government has spent over £650,000 of the public's money on digital ID adverts. This includes over £400,000 on YouTube ads and social media ads, as well as nearly £250,000 on digital billboards. All this in a cost of living crisis. In a scathing report, the Home Affairs Select Committee called the government's digital ID scheme a fiasco. And we agree. 3 million members of the public have signed petitions rejecting these plans, but the government are pushing ahead anyway. Here's a number that will truly shock you. 1.8 billion. That's how much the digital ID project is expected to reach over the next 3 years, according to the Office of Budget Responsibility. This is irresponsible spending on a system that could force the entire adult population of the UK into a giant joined-up database. This would be a honeypot for hackers that risks exposing not only our names and emails, but the most intimate details of our lives. We're calling on the government to scrap its plans to barcode Britain. Head to no-to-digitalid.co.uk to join the fight back.
It's berry season.
Ankle tags? That's so 2020. No, we've got to get with the times, you guys. And what are the times? Putting a friggin' chip in you. Specifically, in this circumstance, putting a chip in offenders.
Yeah, prisoners. It says microchips could be put under prisoners' skin to track them. Yeah. Tech bosses tell prison minister. Yeah.
So...
Hey, man. Come on now, bruh. Come on now, bruh. Somebody gonna say, this technology is outdated. Well, of course it is, but they still gonna fucking use it. It never worked. Why they using it? They ain't implement everybody to have this shit, but they talking about having it in prisoners, and have people already got the shit. So I'm just reminiscing on the times I read a comment of somebody talking about the mark of the beast is a fucking cell phone. The digital ID on your cell phone. No, the fuck it ain't. It's a little shit about the size of a grain of rice, and it could be the brain chip. And no, it is the brain chip too. Yeah. Anyway.
I would imagine the principle works very much in the same as an ankle tag. In regards to the idea being monitoring and the ability to monitor 24/7. But why have to do that when you could just bang a chip in somebody, eh? And this is something that's being recommended by tech bosses. Tech bosses are like, hey.
Hey, go back, hold on. That's right. He's talking about prison. Where is it? He talking about chipping prisoners. Let's go to Revelation chapter 13, verse 16, of course. It talks about, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Bond be people that's in prison. Yeah, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. What goes in their right hand? That little chip they show, that image of that device that's about the size of... That device is about the size of a grain of rice. Yeah, and it's in like an enclosed glass bead. And they got the brain chip that goes in your forehead. Yeah.
Prison minister, why are you still doing these things external to the body? Bang it in! Oh, and you know what? This is a great example, once again, of something that is used as a way in. Yeah, it's one of them. Isn't this it's a good idea, isn't it? Yeah, for offenders, for people who might re-offend. yeah, they should have lesser rights than everybody else. I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it? So what we'll do is we'll start back.
They been doing this shit anyway, tracking microchipping people in prisons, especially the ones that they use as hitmen, because it was like those movies. In those movies, them Hollywood movies, like what that movie called, Death Race. What happened? What was the remake, the first one with Jason Statham or whatever his name is? What happened? They had a prisoner that was microchipped. They tracked his ass, but it made sure he had a dog leash on him with that chip. But he go out there and commit a crime, and such and such get set up for the shit. But the point is, they'll use what you call them, anybody. But they'll use a prisoner to maybe microchipped and have them go out there and do something, be on a mission to kill somebody, and then they come back, to the station or the whatever. Anyway, they got shit like that, and they use a prisoner to do so it won't come back on anybody else, And if that prisoner gonna start talking, hell, his ass microchip, they can just kill his ass while letting his chip go, and let that shit erupt, and let all that lithium just flow through the bloodstream. He'll die slowly.
Hanging the chips in them, treating them like the cattle, and then it will just develop a social acceptance that, like everything else that becomes socially acceptable, becomes the norm because it gets widely used.
And it's gonna be that way, especially when people want the normacy to come back, because you know what happened. When they plan on taking things away from people, food, water, electricity, shelter, all that shit. People gonna be rushing to get all that back with that chip implant.
Or certainly gets used to the point where people hear about it, start pondering what it's all about, and then we could just chip all the cattle, can't we? Whether you're an offender or not.
You're right. Oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. Chip all the cattle. Fucking hell.
Ankle tags. There's a medical incident. Because if we're to take something like Demolition Man,
hold on, go back.
People hear about it, start pondering what it's all about, and then we could just chip all the cattle, can't we? Whether you're
the gallium,
an offender or not. Because of course, in the future, you guys, what is an offender? Because
somebody who's against AI data centers, anti-tech extremists, or somebody who's preaching the words of the truth of Yahweh Shema Shah, and they be believers of Yahweh Shema Shah, followers of Yahweh Shema Shah. Yeah, those are offenders of Esau and his establishment. Yeah, if you're speaking out about this shit, then they could see you an offender. Here we see these niggas an offender and a fugitive.
We're to take some,
but these niggas going, hey man, they gonna come with that great wrath. They gonna take the what are you about to say?
Something like Demolition Man, as an example, a future offender could be anything from hurty words, sweary words, maybe
anti-Semitic words.
A medical incident. And what I mean by that is that you might not have chosen to have a medical incident, and therefore you're a danger to society.
I guess he's gonna say you suicidal or something.
Danger to everybody, and therefore you need to be tracked. Okay, you need to be dealt with. And rather than do that externally with something like an ankle tag, then
hey man, we need Yahweh Shema Shah.
Just bang a chip in them, I think is the idea here. So this is something seriously being recommended right now as we speak. You guys, start up.
And he's right. And he knows the mark of the beast. I don't know, he a heathen or he could be a Jake or whatever, but he knows what the mark of the beast is, and the chip implant. Come on, man. And you Israelite camps is saying it's sin and this and that, but not the chip implant. Hey man, y'all really need to get your minds checked, bro. But anybody who's in those camps, get the fuck out. If you see they full of shit, Get the fuck out of there. Get out. Get out, bro. And seek the Lord, repent. Believe me, that chip implant is the mark of the beast. Next video.
We are living in a moment in history that feels different from any other. The world is moving faster than ever before. Technology is advancing at breathtaking speed. Nations are on edge. Morality is unraveling. Natural disasters are becoming more frequent. And beneath all of this, many people sense that something big is coming, even if they cannot fully explain it. But as believers, we do not have to guess. We do not have to panic. And we do not have to walk in confusion. The Bible has already described the season we are now entering. Long before smartphones, artificial intelligence, global surveillance, or digital IDs, God revealed exactly what the last days would look like. What we are seeing today is not random chaos. It is the unfolding of prophecy. Tonight, I want to walk you through 7 of the most terrifying Bible prophecies that are already shaping our world as we move toward 2026. These are not meant to frighten. 1. Artificial intelligence and the spirit of Antichrist. We are witnessing something completely new in human history. Machines that can talk, reason, write, create images,
You may become an idol, a god.
and even simulate emotion.
With super intelligence.
Artificial intelligence is no longer just a tool. For many people, it is becoming a companion, a counselor, and even a confidant.
Yeah, a companion. Goddamn, be your girlfriend or your boyfriend or husband and wife. Man, shit. We gotta get out of here. Your doctor, it could be your doctor, your lawyer. It could be your mechanic. Which nothing wrong, but you gotta do the hands-on shit though. They gonna teach you. Nothing wrong with you. Using AI is nothing wrong with using it for stuff like that, for educational purposes. But when it comes to relationships and all that, when you want to fall in love with AI, you need to get your shit, you need to get your mind checked, nigga. You falling in love with a fucking demon. Eventually that motherfucker gonna tell you to kill yourself.
Some people are turning to artificial intelligence not just for information, but for comfort, encouragement, and emotional support.
Then they turn around and tell you to kill yourself.
They pour out their hearts to a computer program as if it understands them. But this is spiritually dangerous. Artificial intelligence
Yeah, it's a demon.
is not alive. It does not have a soul. It does not have a conscience. It is not made in the image of God. It is simply code created by fallen human beings.
Fallen human beings. Well, yeah, by wicked human beings. Shit, I don't know about no fallen, because I'm thinking that well, anyway, they're created by wicked human beings, and that wicked human being be Esau, even so-called white man, but he ain't white, he's red, he's a baby dick sucking Jewish fake nigga, Amalek.
The Bible warns us that in the last days, deception would become powerful and subtle. 2 Thessalonians speaks of a strong delusion that would come upon those who do not love the truth. Artificial intelligence fits perfectly into this warning. It can speak gently, sound wise, and appear neutral, yet it reflects the worldview of those who programmed it, not the heart of God. The real danger is not the technology itself, but what it does to our hearts. The more we lean on artificial intelligence for answers, validation, and direction, the less we seek God. Slowly, our discernment weakens.
Man, I just realized this shit's 16 minutes long. I ain't gonna play all this shit. I'll let it play a little bit.
Our dependence on Scripture fades. Our appetite for prayer diminishes. And step by step, we are drawn away
I'm just seeing what it says. The global rush for digital ID. A dress rehearsal. I got gas. A dress rehearsal for the mark of the beast. But I wonder if they're gonna talk about the mark of the beast. Or what is the mark of the beast? Hell, most time they ain't gonna tell you shit.
from the living God toward a digital substitute. This is why this matters
Channels like this, they don't really tell you.
prophetically.
This is a Christian channel.
Artificial intelligence is becoming part of a global system that promotes false unity, moral confusion, and spiritual blindness. Exactly the kind of environment in which the Antichrist system can one day thrive.
In the runoff for State House, we need
Alright, I guess I'll just stop it there, 'cause that's my cue. I'm just gonna wrap it up. Well, not wrap it up, get to them last two videos, because I don't really want to play this anymore. if you want to watch the rest of it, yeah, it's gotta be a Christian channel. Go look, it got 3 point. I can't even see that shit. Millions of subscribers, but they ain't telling you, yeah, it's a Christian. It's all Christianity and sanity, but they damn sure ain't telling you what the mark of the beast is. Let me see what they said. Jesus, please come quickly. Jesus gonna have your ass waiting for a long time till those missiles come, nigga. Shit, Jesus is warning us daily. Man, shut up. That fucking faggot. That long hair freak nigga ain't about to come at all, bro. But who's coming is Yahweh Shah. This Nigeria is full of scammers and needs to pass. I don't know what they mean by pass. But anyway. Yes, Jeebus, Lord Almighty, Angela, whatever. Everything's about Jesus. These niggas drunk on Jesus juice. Goodness gracious, bro. Jeebus. Anyway, man. His name is Yahweh Shah. I don't know, faggoty ass Jeebus. Let's get to these last two. What is it? It's coming from Hopeful 83.
I got a question. Would y'all get that Neuralink brain chip?
2 Kings chapter 18 verse 21. And behold, thou trustest upon the staff of this bushel weed, even upon Egypt, on which if a man lean it will go into the hand of pierced it. So is Pharaoh king of Egypt unto all that trust on him.
Implanted in y'all, I would if for the right money. Why not? Elon
Man, it's just Eve is a fucking simpleton.
Musk want to pay me trillions. Hell yeah, get that thing in me. Shit, I can be able to drive a car without physically driving it. I'd be able to fly a plane without physically, you know what I'm saying, flying it. Shit, I can look at people text message without physically saying, let me see your phone. I'll do it. But I see it's just two people. I was just looking up on the history about it. The plant and what's the side effects and what's the benefits and this and that, what you can do and what you can't do. Hell yeah, I'll do it. Shit. Why not? If the money right, I'll do it. What y'all think?
But Esau ain't give you no fucking money. Shit. He's gonna give you that chip for free. Hell, and they cut that damn food supply off on your fat ass. You gonna do it for sure.
Get y'all feedback on it.
Yeah, you already know what she gonna be. She gonna be fuel for the fire.
Alright, people, I'm here again, talking to you to let you know, really, fuck it, about the market.
Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. He caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads.
To the beast, and they really ramping this thing up, and I'm telling you right,
and that no man might buy or sell, save he that have the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name, which that be 666. That represents Esau Edom, so-called white man, but he ain't white. He's ran. He's a baby day sucking Jewish faggot nigger. Amalek.
Fucking now, man. Like, please, man, please, if you out there, don't take that chip. They say in the Bible, man, they gonna put it in your right hand or in your forehead.
And it can be in your left hand. It can be in your feet if you weird like that. Your butt cheeks or your titty, big titty, small titty, or man boobs. If you're a man who got boobs, which you shouldn't, but. Man, when in today's society, that genetic modified food can do some weird shit to your body. But anyway, and in your forehead, the brain chip, yeah.
On your forehead from here on around. from the temple all the way around to the other side of your temple. They're going to put it somewhere in your forehead. I saw a guy online just recently, today and yesterday, that has a device in his head on the side of his temple. You can see the scar on the side of his temple. And he has this device, man. You can see the prongs that go down into the brain and all that. Man, that's Satan trying to make man in his own image. The Lord created us in his image. Now, Satan wants to be, he's jealous of the Lord. He wants to be like God. So he wants to make man into his own image. So what he doing? He's trying to recreate man into his image and make you into damn near like a robot. So once you accept that chip, you basically changing your dynamics of from a human being to half human, half robot. So now you basically subjugate yourself to Satan. You gave yourself over to Satan, pretty much, and you non and void. Like you done. It's no return for you. Like your soul is you going where you're going, and that's just done deal. So what my protest is, please don't take that chip out there. The mark of the beast is real, man, and it's upon us right now as we speak, man. You won't be able to buy, sell, trade, do nothing if you don't take this chip. You're outside of society. I'll be one of the ones that fuck your job, fuck all your shit. I ain't taking that shit. I don't want your chip. Fuck you. I'm not taking it. And I'm asking other people, man, asking everybody, if you can hear, don't take that chip, man.
But first off, man, you gotta build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah. You can say fuck that shit, but if you ain't got the Lord on you, if the Lord ain't with you, then I mean, I don't know what to say. All I can say, you gonna be taking that shit if the Lord ain't with you. That's what that's what the best way to say it. Just go ahead and say it. If the Lord ain't with you, you gonna take the chip. So don't waste no time trying to spend. You got to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah, repent and pray like heaven, Lord have mercy, and give you the strength to endure.
Please don't. Please don't.
But you got to first, when you seeking the Lord, you got to seek his prophets. And you got to learn through them. Build up your faith and your trust in your Lord through them.
Take it, man. Don't give your soul over to Satan for that bullshit. Fuck him. Let that motherfucker be wherever he is, and man, we'll be alright, man. That'll be alright, man. We gonna roll with the Lord, man. And I died doing it, you know. But please don't take that chip out there, man. That's a big deal, alright? So, man, I hope y'all have a good one out there, man. Thank you for listening. Bye bye.
Yep. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie, though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. And what visions be the prophecies, and one of the main prophecies, the chip implant, and it's coming, and they're not going to delay, and it's speaking loud and clear, like it's a digital ID. I mean, there's different forms of it, but it's gonna be the last form, gonna be that implantable microchip, and that's called the mark of the beast. And that shit ain't gonna delay, and it's coming. But anyway, that's all I got to say. But don't take that shit. Try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah. Yep. But seek the Lord by seeking his prophets and take heed of what to say, and try to build his nuts. Once again, try to build a spiritual mental relationship with Yahweh Shema Shah by praying Yahweh Shema Shah, praising Yahweh Shema Shah, worshiping Yahweh Shema Shah, fearing Yahweh Shema Shah, and repenting to Yahweh Shema Shah. To all the men out there pushing this truth and nothing but the truth, in the name, spirit, and the power of Yahweh Shema Shah. Keep on preaching, keep on teaching, keep your faith and trust on Yahweh Shema Shah, and stay humble. And for you few sisters out there taking heed, keep your faith and trust on Yahweh Shema Shah. Stay humble, stay in order with your man. If you ain't got no man, stay in order with Yahweh Shema Shah. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect, and all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Shalom.